Numbers chapter 9. The Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the second year after their departure from Egypt in the first month. He said, "Let the people of Israel celebrate the Passover at its appointed time. The 14th day of this month, between dusk and dawn, is the appointed time for you to celebrate it. Then you must celebrate the Passover according to all the statutes and norms proper to it." So Moses gave orders for the people of Israel to celebrate the Passover. They celebrated it in the wilderness of Sinai in the first month on the 14th day of the month between dusk and dawn. The people of Israel did exactly as the Lord had commanded Moses. It happened that some men had become unclean by touching a dead body, and they could not celebrate the Passover that day. They approached Moses and Aaron the same day and said to them, "We have become unclean by touching a dead body. Why should we be forbidden to celebrate the sacrifice to the Lord at the proper time with the rest of the people of Israel?" Moses answered them, "Wait there till I hear what commands the Lord gives me concerning you." The Lord spoke to Moses and said, "Say this to the people of Israel: If anyone among you or your descendants becomes unclean by touching a dead body, or is far away on a journey, he can still celebrate the Passover for the Lord. He shall do it in the second month on the 14th day between dusk and dawn. Then you shall celebrate it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. Nothing of the victim must be left over until morning, nor must they break any of its bone. You shall keep all statutes regarding the Passover, but anyone who is clean and not away on a journey and who fails to celebrate the Passover shall be ostracized from his people, because he did not bring the offering to the Lord at its appointed time. So he shall bear the punishment for his sin. If there is an alien living among you who wants to celebrate the Passover of the Lord, he must celebrate it in accordance with the statute and norm of the Passover. There is to be only one statute among you for resident alien and native alike. On the day the tabernacle, the tent of testimony, was set up, a cloud covered it. At nightfall, the cloud took the appearance of fire over the tabernacle and remained so until the morning. The cloud covered it continually during the day, and at night it looked like fire. Whenever the cloud lifted from above the tent, the people of Israel took down their tents and continued their journey. And wherever the cloud stopped, there the people of Israel camped. The people of Israel moved on at the command of the Lord, and at his command they camped. The people remained in camp as long as the cloud rested on the tabernacle. Even when the cloud happened to stay for many days above the tabernacle, the people of Israel performed the functions imposed on them by the Lord and did not move on. Sometimes it happened that the cloud stayed on the tabernacle only a few days. They camped at the Lord's command and moved on at the Lord's command. If the cloud happened to remain only from evening to morning, they moved on when it lifted the next morning. Or, if it stayed for a whole day and night, they moved on only when it lifted. Sometimes it stayed there for 2 days, a month, or a longer time. However long the cloud stayed above the tabernacle, the people of Israel remained in camp in the same place. But when it lifted, they moved on. At the Lord's command they camped, and at the Lord's command they moved on. They performed the functions imposed on them by the Lord through Moses.